Hello and welcome back to another breaking news update. My name is Jimmy Boyd and you are watching Boyd News. I want to thank you all for tuning in today, guys. If you don't mind, could you please smash the like button on this video? It really helps out with the YouTube algorithm, and that way it'll push the video out to more people so more viewers can see this just like you've seen today. And also, please consider subscribing to the channel if you enjoy my content. Hit the notification bell and YouTube will notify you as soon as a video goes live. So thank you so much for tuning in, guys. Really appreciate it. I've got breaking news coming out of the Red Sea with the Houthis, and it appears that we have a U.S. commercial vessel that has just been struck by a ballistic missile fired from the Houthis. It looks like the name of this ship was the MV Gibraltar Eagle. This was a U.S. owned and operated container ship, guys, and it was just hit. It doesn't look like there was any injuries or damage that was reported, and the ship is continuing its journey. It was just hit just recently in the Gulf of Aden, I believe about 110 nautical miles off the coast of Aden. So ships are still being attacked. We also just yesterday had reports of, I think it was the USS Laboon guided missile destroyer that was under attack by a ballistic missile. Luckily, we were able to shoot that down with an F-18. So there were no damages reported to the USS Laboon, no injuries or anything like that, but they were under attack yesterday. And just a couple hours before this attack on the Gibraltar Eagle commercial vessel, there was another missile that was fired, another anti-ship ballistic missile fired from the Houthis coming into the Red Sea. And apparently it failed in flight and it impacted inside of Yemen. So it was a failed attack. Okay, so this is 3 attacks in the last basically 24 hours. And I told you guys we were going to see more escalation here because of these attacks that we did in Yemen when we bombed them twice, actually. I believe it maybe even a third strike. I heard there was reports that the port of Hodeidah just yesterday was attacked, and the U.S. denied any involvement in that attack. But apparently the Houthis were saying that the port of Hodeidah was under attack. So there's no confirmed reports on that, but that was what was stated yesterday. So we are still having these exchanges of attacks from the U.S. and the Houthis, and this is only going to continue, guys, and it's just going to keep getting worse. So let me show you guys the latest from Central Command here, CENTCOM on Twitter. This is their statement on what happened here with the Gibraltar. So on January 15th at approximately 4 p.m. Sanaa time, Iranian-backed Houthi militants fired an anti-ship ballistic missile from Houthi-controlled areas of Yemen and struck the MV Gibraltar Eagle, a Marshall Islands-flagged U.S.-owned ship and operated container ship. The ship has reported no injuries or significant damage and is continuing its journey. Early in the day, at approximately 2 p.m. Sanaa time, U.S. forces detected an anti-ship ballistic missile fired toward the southern Red Sea commercial shipping lanes. The missile failed in flight and impacted on land in Yemen. There were no injuries or damages reported. Okay, so luckily, thank goodness, once again, nobody was injured by this attack on this Gibraltar Eagle commercial vessel. And thank goodness, just so far, no one has been killed. I can't believe out of all these attacks, we haven't been seeing anybody getting killed on these commercial vessels. So that's a blessing. But again, guys, these attacks, they continue. They're not stopping. And it's just only going to continue to get worse. We're going to see more of this. And I wouldn't be surprised if we see another strike on Yemen shortly once we figure out where this ballistic missile came from. Okay, so I've got an article here I want to go over with you guys. Houthi rebels strike a U.S.-owned ship off the coast of Yemen in the Gulf of Aden, raising tensions. Houthi rebels fired a missile striking a U.S.-owned ship Monday just off the coast of Yemen in the Gulf of Aden, less than a day after they launched an anti-ship cruise missile toward an American destroyer in the Red Sea. The attack on the Gibraltar Eagle, though not immediately claimed by the Houthis, further escalates tensions gripping the Red Sea after American-led strikes on the rebels. The Houthis' attacks have roiled global shipping amid Israel's war with Hamas in the Gaza Strip, targeting a crucial corridor linking Asian and Mid-East energy and cargo shipments to the Suez Canal onward to Europe. The United Kingdom Maritime Trade Operations, which oversees Mideast waters, said Monday's attack happened some 110 miles southeast of Aden. It said the ship's captain reported that the port side of the vessel was hit from above by a missile. Okay, so again, the ship was not. There was no reported injuries, no significant damage, and they are continuing their journey. So thank goodness this ship is still continuing, and nobody was hurt here. The photo that I have on the screen is not a picture of the actual ship, but I guess it is one of the Gibraltar Eagles that is used by this company. So it was a ship very similar to that was struck by the Houthis, guys. So very scary what's happening here. Escalations are continuing. And, like I said, this is like 3 attacks here in the last 24 hours. So we will probably see a response again from the U.S. military, maybe even from the UK, and they may be launching some more strikes here into Yemen. And like I said, guys, this is war now. This is not just going to be a tit-for-tat exchange for much longer. At some point, I think we're going to see war here with Yemen, because who knows what happens even after this Gaza war ends. What if the Houthis continue to attack the Red Sea? At some point, we may even have to go in, troops on the ground and invade Yemen to put an end to this, because, they're not going to stop attacking here. So I also have some news as well. This is breaking news just coming out today, that it looks like Qatar has suspended liquefied natural gas shipments via the Red Sea, and 6 more oil tankers changed direction as disruption to the crucial trade route extended to the energy sector after U.S.-led strikes against Houthi militants. So now it looks like most of these liquefied natural gas shipments are heading to Europe. They have been completely halted, guys. It looks like 6 different oil tankers as well. So now what we're seeing is an attack on the energy sector. Okay, so energy is now not flowing to countries that need them, and right now, especially Europe, they are very short on natural gas because of all these problems that they've been having with Russia. Lots of fuel supplies have been getting cut from there. So now we've got Qatar suspending these liquefied natural gas shipments in the Red Sea because of these attacks. So now, at the worst time during winter for Europe, they're not going to be getting natural gas, guys, liquefied natural gas. So this is going to get very interesting here. And we all know that any time that, major supplies like natural gas, fuel, things like that, when these types of commodities don't make it into countries, that's when wars happen. Wars always happen like that. I mean, look at what happened during, the Iraq War and Afghanistan. A lot of that was fought over oil. Okay, so whenever countries are lacking supplies, that's when we're always going to see some sort of war. We're seeing that down in Venezuela with Guyana. There's that potential for war down there as well, because Venezuela wants to take over a portion of Guyana, and they want to, control this area that would make them extremely rich, because just off the coast of Guyana, they have a huge oil deposit there, and there's tons of money to be made. So again, the countries are always fighting for resources here, and this is what this is going to turn into. This is going to continue to create more war in the Middle East and only put another nail in the coffin in World War III, because this will eventually lead to that. At some point, the Middle Eastern War will lead to World War III, especially if Iran gets involved. So, guys, this is crazy what's going on over here. If you guys want to check this out here too, I've got this on the screen here for you. This is just protests going on throughout the entire world, guys. All these different cities. These happen in America, in Europe, in all kinds of Middle Eastern countries. I just saw yesterday as well that Jordan right next to Israel is having major protests for the Palestinian people in support of Hamas, and just the entire world is just inflamed and pissed off at what's going on down here in Gaza. And again, guys, this is not going to end anytime soon. This is going to continue on through the rest of the year. And what is going to be the catalyst that draws us into World War III? Nobody knows. No one knows exactly what's going to happen, but the tensions are rising. Look at the amount of people in this video in all these different parts of the world. There are so many people involved in this, and people are angry and they want this war in Gaza to end. So that is why the Houthis are attacking ships in the Red Sea, and it's not going to end until Benjamin Netanyahu says, okay, we're pulling out of Gaza. And the big question here is, even if they do pull out of Gaza, are things really going to calm down, or are things going to continue to flare up and tensions will rise? We'll have to see. That's the latest on what's going on in Yemen, guys. I'll keep you updated. If anything else comes out, I will definitely let you know right away. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Take care and God bless.